Itertools is a Python module with many fast, memory efficient iterator functions. Here we introduce 8 great tools. As a challenge, while you watch the video, try to guess the bonus 9th tool. Zip longest. We start off with Itertools that we've used before. So we've used zip longest before in our zip video. So we start off with importing Itertools, and we're going to import them and use the abbreviation IT. We have 2 lists with letters and numbers. Now if we zip them, we can see that the zip function gives us each letter with a number. So we've got 6 letters, we've got 6 numbers. So zip works on the shortest amount when we zip 2 lists, but we might want to zip on the longest, and if we want to do that, we can use zip longest. So here we've got it.ziplongest, itertools.ziplongest. We've got the letters and the numbers, and we've got a fill value. So when we run that, you can see we've got our letters and we've got this dash to say that we haven't got a letter in position 7 and 8. Chain. Next up we look at chain, which we explained in detail in a previous video. So we'll give you a link to that if you want to look at chain in more detail. But here we can see we've got iterables, a list, a tuple, a set and a dictionary. And what we're going to do, we're going to merge them together using chain. So Itertools, chain, and when we print that, you can see that we've got our list 1, 2, 3, our tuple 2, 4, 6, our set 1, 2, 3, and the keys of our dictionary A and B. Repeats. We can use repeat to give us something constantly. So for example, here we've got repeat hello. So in this loop it's going to repeat the printing of hello. Now this will go on forever unless you stop it. So here we've got a counter and a stopper. So once the counter reaches is greater than or equal to the stopper, then it will break out of our loop to stop this loop going on forever. So you can see here we printed the word hello 10 times. Now we used repeat before when we compared the amount of space it uses in memory. So let's just comment out some of the first code, and let's have a look at the comparison of creating lists and using repeat. So here we've got 100 million times 2. So we've got the number 2, the integer 2, 100 million times. Here we've got the list with 2 in it, and we're going to multiply that by 100 million. And here we've got range, and in range we're going to append the number 2. So we've got iterables such as lists with 100 million 2's inside them. So we can see when we print them that the first one will be a repeat object, the other 2 will be lists. But have a look about the size of the memory. So we'll run this. It will take a little time, so we might have to cut out the video a little bit, but let's run this. It's running, and what will happen is we'll see the types and then see the size. Okay, so we see our repeat, our lists, and you can see the huge difference of memory used by both the range and the second list and the first repeat. Islice. Now we're going to look at some simple iterators. We have islice, which we're going to have a start, stop, step, so a bit like range, but also a bit like slicing a list. So here we have our Itertools.islice, we have our letters, and we want to go up to the end 3 places, so that will give us ABC. Now we can actually define where we're going to start and stop. So let's have a look with letters 3 to 6, which will be X and Y. And now what about if we use a step? So we start at 1, finish at 6 with a step 2. So we don't start at the position 0, which would be A. Position 1 is B. So we have B, X and Z. B, X and Z. So started at 1, finished at the end, step 2. Count. Here we're going to use Itertools count. So we have a for loop. We've got Itertools.count starting at 1. We're going to print I, and we're going to have a way of breaking out of the loop. So when we run that, you can see we've got numbers 1 to 10. Now we can do more with count, so let's have a look what else we can do. So here in our first example, we've got it.count 0 and 2. You can see we've got the comment even. So here we're going to go up to 20 or over. So we've got our original. Let's take out our original code, and here we start at 0 and we've got step 2. So that would give us our even numbers. We could do the same with odd numbers. So if we start at 1 and step 2, that would give us odd numbers up to 21. And what happens if we've got Itertools 10 and 10? What do you think will happen? Let's run that. Of course, the first number is where we start. So we start at 10, we step at 10, so it will go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Here we've got break when it equals 50. Product. We continue with other iterators. Here we've got product. We've got ABC in a list, and we've got 1 to 4 in a list. Now here we use Itertools.product to put the numbers and letters together. So let's run that in a loop. We can see we've got with numbers first, we've got 1 with ABC, 2 with ABC, 3 with ABC, 4 with ABC. So that's the product, as the same when we use set notation. Let's add some more code, and we can see when we use repeat. Let's comment our original code out. Here we use product with repeat equals 2, and we're going to use the letters. We've got A, B and C, and when we run that, we've got A with A, B and C, B with A, B, C, C with A, B, C. So we've repeated the letters, the product of the letters. Now if we were to do that with repeat equals 3, for example, you can see we've moved, instead of having 2 values in a tuple, we've got 3, because we've repeated 3 times. So here we've got the product of ABC with ABC and ABC. So we go through all of the potential values, all the products of the 3 letters from ABC. Compress. Compress is quite straightforward. We have our letters in a list, and we create another list with either true or false. Now we compress the two lists, so when there's a true value we include that value inside the list. So let's run that. We can see here where we've got true, we've got the first two, A and B, and the final value C. So we print A, B, C. Accumulate. In Itertools accumulate, we apply a function, in this example adder, onto an iterable like a list here. We have the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to continue to add values when we go through the list called data. So let's run that. We can see 1 and 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 5 is 15. So we apply the function onto the iterable such as a list, and we have the accumulative value. Bonus is combinations. Here we're going to use Itertools combinations. We've got letters A to C and X to Z. We're going to use combinations on these letters, and here we've got the number 2. So we're going to have the two values put in pairs. When we run that, we can see we've got all the A's with the remaining letters, the B, C, X, Y and Z. Then we've got B's, we've already got B and A, so now we've got C, X, Y and Z. We've got the C's with X, Y and Z, X with Y and Z, Y and Z. So it goes through the combinations. Now what happens if we were to use combinations with 3 letters? Let's try that. And as you expect, we've got all of the A's with the B's, with the remaining letters, with the C's, etc. to the final trio. So that's using Itertools.combinations. Something different for our practice exercises. Here we've got 5 different functions from Itertools, and we're going to apply them on the letters and the numbers list. The letters A, B, C, D, and the numbers 1, 2, 3. And you have to tell us which Itertool 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is being applied. So we're going to show you the output and the code minus the Itertool function name, and you've got to fill in the blanks. So let's run the program and see the 5 outputs. So the first output is just A and B from the letters list. As second output we have 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. And next output we have 1, 2, 3 with A, B, C and 0, D. That's a bit strange. Here we have A, B, A, C, A, D, B, C, B, D and C, D. And our final output we have 1s with A, B, C, D, 2s with A, B, C, D and 3 with A, B, C, D. Now can you tell us the 5 functions? So we have our solutions, we have the 5 iterators, we have islice, we have chain, we have zip longest, we have combinations, and we have product. So let's run that again. You can see we have A, B, 1, 3 to A to D, 1A, 2B, 3C and 0D. We had fill value 0, and then the combinations from A, B to CD and the products 1A to 3D. If you got them correct, well done. Well, we enjoyed that video. If you did, please click the like. And we're going to follow up with some similar videos. If you want to know when they're going to be released, then please subscribe and click on the notification bell.